Hey there, so today we have another review. This is a beer I believe I've never reviewed for you guys. This is Duvel Triple Hop Citra Belgian IPA. I haven't figured out if this is a different recipe. This Duvel is brewed with a third expressive hop variety, Citra. So I guess there's already hops in Duvel. So from what I understand, it's just Duvel extra hopped with Citra. But we'll see. Beautiful label on that. They're doing a kind of like a dragon or something with Citra, and obviously Citra is quite different because it is a Yakima based hop out of America. So otherwise you're using traditional Belgian and European hops in Duvel. This is good until June of 2025, so I believe this would be bottled about a month ago. It's pretty dope. And yeah, out of Duvel Morgat in Belgium, which is obviously part of the, or they own Omegang out of Cooperstown, Farson Walker, and Boulevard. So the combination of them makes them, I believe, a top 5 largest breweries in the country. So, oh yeah, it already wants to start gushing out. I don't know if you guys can see that, but yeah, we're talking about a brewery that really does not produce many brands. Obviously, Duvel is their flagship, and then they also do the Duvel single. I want to say it's called that, but it's pretty much a small version of Duvel without the extra re-fermentation, because Duvel, with the re-fermentation of the bottle, heightens in alcohol. You pretty much cannot package it in cans or serve it on draft because of such insane amounts of carbonation. Just draft systems can't handle it. So thankfully, they've done a different version, which they can serve on draft and can also offer in cans, but that's a different product. And look, I literally pulled it right out of the fridge. Didn't do anything to the beer. My glass is not in perfect shape, just letting it sit out, and the carbonation just continues to rise. It's building that head. Like, you know, this is easily one of the most carbonated beers you can find, especially with the head retention. I believe one of the secrets they might be using a hot product to help accentuate that head. And I mean, like, I poured this as gently and kindly as possible, and the head keeps building because nucleation size, I didn't have it properly cleaned all the way, but it is actually really beautiful to look at. I mean, yeah, you guys can see that. Yeah, you guys can see that. Yeah, there you go. It just keeps building head. And I'm literally, I mean, this might be the only beer that I've ever reviewed where the head builds after you pour it. Usually the problem goes the other way, where it's like, oh, well, the head is dying away very quickly. It won't stop building head. Like, it's literally building a slow pour as I'm talking to you guys. So that is insane. The beer is just ridiculous. 9.5% hopped with Citra, and beautiful kind of light gold color. Carbonation is ridiculous. I mean, I can't even get into it. Like, here, yeah. I mean, how about this? I'm gonna drink some head, I guess. Very tasty, bitter. Dig into it. But now my nose is all messed up because I already just drank some of it. So. But yeah, you get bright citrus flavors. I definitely smell some of those kind of like peppery phenolics. Belgian yeast showing up in here. So generally from Duvel, I get like really noticeable kind of like green pear character. Here, the liquid, I feel the liquid is just so far from the head. I mean, I think we're just gonna dive in. See it. Interesting. So it is still very much Duvel, right? Up front, very much pear ester. It really has this forward kind of like crunchy pear, like all the pears, but they're green. They're not very sweet Bartlett pears. We're talking about like Asian pear with that crunchy tone. What's the other one? I know Bartlett, but then there's like the crunchy Asian crisp pears, along with other pears. There you go. Yeah. A little bit of like creamy, sweet kind of malt character in the middle. I want to call it like a little bit sugary, a little bit of like almost like honey on toast. Yeah, there you go. A little bit of honey sweetness in the middle, and then the Citra is definitely coming in, offering some like generally things you wouldn't get in Duvel, but like this kind of citrusy tone. So you get like fresh yellow grapefruit and like orange zest in there as well. Yeah, definitely a grapefruit and pithy tone in there. It's actually really nice. Again, I love what Belgian breweries can do, in the sense that, you know, you see Citra and this and that. Like, you know, you jump in, you might be thinking like, oh, it's gonna be a hazy IPA. Like, it's not that. It's still very much a Belgian Duvel yeast forward fermentation flavored kind of beer. but then the hops sort of like, zing you one way with giving a little bit of citrus tone. Again, these are wonderful things where if you don't really think about it, you might just think you were drinking Duvel. But then like as you drink it more, you're like, oh, there's an extra kind of element that they really layer of flavor that they've added with the Citra. And whether you notice it or not is sort of like up to the drinker, right? It's not sort of a punch you in the face kind of like drink. It's nice where the ingredients are integrated in, and you sort of have to think about the beer before you really find the flavors versus American breweries like, oh well, there's chocolate in here, oh well, there's muffins in here, and they just like boom boom punch you in the face with all these like strong flavors. That's not the case here. Insane carbonation, beautifully dry. This beer is insanely drinkable. I mean, 9.5%. You would guess this beer is like a solid 6-7%. Be careful with this guy. I also like there's a nice noticeable bitterness, and then you get a little bit of it's kind of like a plasticky kind of Belgian phenolic on the back end. Yeah, just delectable. And again, I don't know how the Belgians do it, where this counts as a beer that right? Like how do you session these beers? Like what are you supposed to do? Like a 9.5% beer that you're just slugging. There's literally, I can tell you right now, there's this much left in the bottle. Like there's not much like beer for me to drink. Like it's so dumb drinkable. So be careful. Absolutely fantastic. Last beer reviewed this good would obviously be the La Chouffe. I mean, this is world-class, incredible beer. Get it fresh. Oh, and the scary thing is, like, I could feel the alcohol going down, but it doesn't taste like it on the palate. But it's warming, like, back and forth. You can't get rid of that sensation. They can hide all that stuff you want on the palate and on the nose and all that stuff, but your body's gonna feel that alcohol, and I could certainly sense the warming of the alcohol at literally basically 10%, 9.5, yeah. So be careful. This guy is absolutely delicious. This beer gets a solid 97 plus. What can you say? Like you can't fail with Duvel, and then you hop it with American hops, and you get this extra IPA, kind of a grapefruit citrusy tone to it. Offers a little bit of complexity. This beer is just absolutely delicious. Until next time, cheers later. Actually, am I just like downplaying how good this beer is? See, that's more like it. Like I'm liking the fact that like I think I sort of like took away from my experience by letting it sort of like get destroyed by the head, or the aroma by the head. Oh, this smells awesome. It's just this kiss of like pink grapefruit and yellow grapefruit along with those pear esters. They pair so beautifully well together. And now as I get the creamy mouthfeel on there with that, because it's so important. Because when I slow poured it, that head is not very. It's a rocky head. So what happens when you drink it, you only can really get the liquid because the head is like literally stiff, like mousse. Versus here, you can actually like have it on your palate. Yeah, that's dumb good. All right, we're gonna go all the way. I mean, just beers like this are just incredibly well created. This is what I'm looking for these days. So good. 99. Let's go 99. 99. Reform that. This beer is just incredible. And I want to probably should have it side by side, but I'm curious how it tastes. But I'm honestly liking that kind of American spin with a little bit of Citra in there. That's absolutely fantastic. 99. Cheers.